There is a huge expat community here, but it's not what you think of as people from the U.S. and from Canada.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here today with Wayne. We've got a great interview for you.
Yeah, I'm glad he gave us a solid address because this place is way outside of the central area, and I'm excited to see his place.
Yeah, we took an Uber there. It was up a hill, but he's got a beautiful home, and he's going to tell you all about how he makes a life here in Morelia for the past several years. So stay tuned.
Let's go.
I'm Wayne Brewster, and I live in Morelia, Michoacan, Mexico.
And how long have you lived here?
17 years.
Wow, how did you find Morelia?
I found Morelia through exploring central Mexico. I had fallen in love with Mexico years and years ago by visiting a beach town that's close to my home in Phoenix, Arizona. It's just 3.5 hours from Phoenix to Puerto Peñasco, Sonora, which is on the Sea of Cortez, Gulf of California. And I had so much fun. I met a lot of Mexicans and loved the people and the culture, and I loved everything about Mexico except the place. Puerto Peñasco is hot and humid in the summertime, and I didn't want to trade Phoenix for another hot, humid place. So I started looking in central Mexico for a place to live. And the first time I came to Morelia was in 2007, September of 2007, and literally the first night I fell in love with this city. It's a subjective response, of course. The first night I went into central Morelia, and I was blown away by the architecture. It was so European and so beautiful. I literally fell in love with the place on first sight. And the more days I spent exploring and looking around, I was convinced it was a place I would love to live because it felt so European. And I really, really loved that because I had traveled extensively in Italy and other parts of Europe on business and pleasure. And I just couldn't believe that this city existed so close to the US. Because I was from Phoenix, and Phoenix is notoriously known for its hot summers, I came here in the summertime to Morelia and found out it was perfect. Perfect climate, almost year round. It never gets too hot, never gets too cold. Of course, it is changing a bit. We do have a little more heat in April and May than we used to have. And the winters haven't been cold at all the last few years. Chilly, but not cold. Because we're at, I think it's 6,500 foot elevation. Mm-hmm. So that's a factor. And it seems to help us with the climate, actually.
So in the winter, when you say it gets a little chillier, what kind of weather is that?
Like mornings in the 40s, mm-hmm. Low 40s, sometimes even down high 30s, but it never really freezes, or we don't get snow, although I have seen snow on the mountains here, which is very, very rare, but I have seen it. But the houses get cold because there's no central heat, so it's actually warmer outside than inside your house. But the winter, when I'm talking winter, it lasts for about 6 weeks, from January 1st through February 15th, seems to be the cold periods of time here. You know, it's hard to gauge what the true cost of living is, but normally people that are on Social Security can find a house, apartment, and live comfortably here. But just like any place in the world, we have suffered inflation too. Prices have risen dramatically. What with food being a commodity that was very, very affordable, it's not so affordable anymore. I would say it's not as expensive as the US, but it has increased dramatically. So it's not the bargain that it once was. Still, bargains are utilities. For example, my house, which is a fairly decent sized house, my electricity runs about $25 every 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Water is about $35 every 2 months. My cable, internet, a landline, which I never use, is included, and that's about $45 a month. Gas, we use gas stove. I use gas for my dryer, water heater, and that runs me, I put in about 1,000 pesos, which is probably around 55 US dollars every 3 months.
Wow.
So there are things that are still affordable. All right, as far as rents are concerned, I think US dollars, you would be looking at on average around $700 a month for rent. And that's generally for an unfurnished house, apartment. And there's a wide variety of places available. I mean, there are modern apartments, and then there's colonial historic houses that are very different from what we're used to in the US. So it just depends on what you like and the area, because Morelia is a fairly large city. We have about 1 million population, and there's a lot of areas that you can rent in that are nice. Up in the hills where I live, overlooking the city, to Central, to other suburbs around Central. I would estimate that current market value on this house would be $17,000 monthly rent, exchange rate.
So why rent and not buy?
I decided not to buy or build a home here because my kids would have no idea how to handle selling it. So it just made sense for me not to invest in a home and just continue renting. So it worked out in the long run. I moved to Mexico because I was a product of the recession. I was a regional sales manager for a large home furnishing sales organization. We had some of the best furniture lines and gift lines, and I mean, it was a huge, huge job. But as you know, the recession, I mean, it was disastrous for that type of business. I mean, stores were closing, there were no sales, and I thought I had escaped the recession because the company had let go a major portion of the workforce, and I was the last person to be let go on March 1st of 2009. So I was upset for one day, and then I decided, okay, this is it. Let me move to Mexico, and I came here and started a gift home furnishings store here in Morelia. Today I'm doing real estate. I've been doing it for 3 years and really love it. And I work exclusively with the expat newcomers and existing people here in renting and also selling houses.
How do they find you?
I'm online. I work for a company called Porto, Porto Immobiliaria. And I also have my own Facebook page, which is called Morelia HH-Real Estate. And I advertise extensively, and that's the way I get customers, people. There is a huge expat community here, but it's not what you think of as people from the US and from Canada. Our expat community is made up from countries all over the world. And most of those people are either working here or are married to a Mexican national. So they're really not participating in our small group of expats. And that group is a few hundred people that are active in the expat community here and attend our events and breakfasts and healthcare seminars and all of the things that we develop for the community. There's more expats in the little town of Pátzcuaro, which is 30 miles away from Morelia. And it's a much more traditional looking village, smaller, higher altitude, a little chillier than Morelia. Those residents in Pátzcuaro spend a lot of time coming to Morelia each week for Costco or Sam's Club or other shopping destinations, plus medical, the key hospitals. I have had 2 surgeries here since I've lived here. We have 3 hospitals that are accredited nationally. And we have Star Medica, which is #1, Angeles, Angels Hospital up in Altozano, and then also in the main city, Victoria Hospital, Victoria. Honestly, I love the doctors here. I find them much more caring and much more interested in you than the doctors that I've had in the US. They take time still to make home calls. I've had doctors come here post-surgery to check on me.
Wow.
I can't say enough good things about them. I mean, they're really very competent.
And do people need to bring insurance with them to use those?
Well, this is something that's changing right now in Mexico as well. The president has declared that there's going to be universal health care. But right now, they're saying it's only for Mexican citizens. But many of us are enrolled in other medical schemes, EAMS, and also Bienestar. And it would seem like if we're already accepted into those programs, that we're going to be accepted into the universal health care. So I have paid out of pocket for all of my health care at this point because it's been so reasonable. I had, for example, 4 years ago, I had cancer surgery, and I had it in the best hospital, private room, 4 doctors, 4 nights in the hospital, and I paid out of pocket for everything $7,500.
Wow.
Wow.
The entire time that I have lived here, I have defended Morelia and Michoacan against the news that has been broadcast in the U.S. by both the State Department and also the news services. Yes, there are certain segments of the state that I would not travel to personally. But I have to say that in 17 years of living here and literally traveling all over the state multiple times and all over the Republic, I have never, ever had any kind of scary situation. It's almost like Morelia and Pátzcuaro are safe zones. There are flare-ups occasionally, like when one of the cartel leaders has been arrested and sent to the U.S. for sentencing in prison. They do act out, and that's what makes the news. But generally, on a day-to-day basis, it's a very safe place to live. And 99% of the Mexicans that live here are wonderful, wonderful people. Morelia is not a heavy concentration of expats. So the locals, many of them only speak Spanish. If you want to live in Morelia, which is a wonderful place to live, and I've never regretted moving here, you really need to learn basic Spanish. At least.
Thank you, Wayne, for opening up your home and showing us that wonderful rental. Gave us a good idea of what places look like here in Morelia.
Yes, and we thank you all for being here. Don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And if you like this kind of video, we do have some more about Morelia here in a playlist, and also some more interviews with people living and making the best lives here in Mexico. So stay tuned for more.
Ciao.
Hasta luego.